Guys, so as you see from the title, I'm making another Thanksgiving appetizer video. First, we're going to start with the spicy shrimp shots. I'm going to season my shrimp with Spicy Girl. If you want to cop that, you can click the link in my description box. This is how your bottle comes. It's completely sealed, and this is why I'm showing you guys how I open it. It comes with a sealed top. Take the top off, close it, and use it. Super simple. You want to season your shrimp like I'm doing until the ancestors say stop. Okay, the shrimp needs to change color when you season it. Okay, guys, make sure you season liberally. And this is what the shrimp looks like once I season it. While it's marinating, which is probably going to be about 10 minutes, I'm going to start chopping up the fresh vegetables that's going to be tossed with the shrimp. At this point here, you can use whatever color peppers you prefer. I'm using yellow because yellow is what I had. I would suggest use yellow or red in this case because you want to keep things nice and festive and pretty. So I'm also going to chop up an English cucumber as well as a apple, and I'm going to keep the skin on because again I want to keep the colors nice and festive and just reminding me of Thanksgiving, which is why I'm using the apple. And yeah, so I'm going to chop everything up and we're going to toss it all together. Alright, so I'm going to start searing my shrimp. It's going to look like my skillet is not hot, but I promise you it's piping hot. I don't have a lot of oil in there. You don't want a lot of oil. You're not trying to saute and get it, greasy, because you're going to toss this with fresh vegetables. So if you have a super good non-stick pan, you probably won't even need any fat or oil or sprays. I don't have a super expensive one or a top-notch non-stick pan, so I did add a little bit of oil just to help me out. But if you have a really, really good pan, just don't even add any oil to it. Next, after I take them out, I'm going to chop them into half pieces because, again, these are shots. They're going to go down into shot containers. So I'm cutting them in half, just like this. Next, we're going to put the vegetables that we chopped up, the jalapeno, the cucumber, the peppers, and the apples in a bowl. This is the dressing right here that I'll be using, the champagne vinaigrette. And you want to put it down in there. Now, you want to be kind of liberal with this because, again, it's going to be a shot. So your guests have to be able to just, shoot it and they're good. So next, I'm also going to add some fresh lemon juice down in here for that pop, some black pepper, and some salt. At this point, I did it this way because I'm allergic to shrimp and I want to taste it to make sure it's seasoned. So I did it that way, but you could toss everything together at once and season it at once. So once I added the shrimp, look how beautiful that is. I did add more dressing because, like I said, I want it to be liberally, soaked. So now I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and we're going to move on to the next thing. Alright, so I took my biscuits out of the package and I'm just going to cut them into quarters and stuff them with the mozzarella cheese. Now, you can use any cheese that you prefer, but I had mozzarella and that's what I'm using. This was so cheap to make, you guys. This one right here was like $3 to make it, and it makes a lot. So you want to smush it out in your hand. You could use a rolling pin, but why? Just smush it with your hands, stuff it with the cheese, and roll it up. Again, I know, the recipes I'm putting out is not for everybody, but I'm trying to make things as cheap as possible and reasonable as possible for people. We're all going through it right now. No one's above anyone. And I just feel like these cheaper meals for Thanksgiving will help someone out. So these are the ones I chose to use. So to brush this, we're going to use some butter. I know, I just didn't want to have to go back in the fridge and get more if I needed it. So I put the whole stick. I'm going to add a bunch of fresh thyme and some onion herb seasoning from Mrs. Dash. It's salt free, and that was also unsalted butter. I'm going to add some grated parm after I melt the butter on the stove top. Mix it up, and this is what I'm going to use to brush the bread before I pop it into the oven. These are what they look like. And guys, this is not even all of them. I still have 3 biscuits left. So this is what I'm telling you. This one right here stretches a lot. So yeah, Once they're out the oven, this is just some marinara sauce. I heated up in the same skillet that had, in the same pot as you see, that had a little bit of butter left and the thyme and all of that. And I heated up in there on the stove. That's all that is. There's nothing else here. This is just marinara from the store. So now I'm going to add the biscuits right up here. Some of the cheese came out of some of them, which is totally fine because you're about to see how good this looks. So this is what it looks like. I took a big old bite too, y'all. I took a big old bite. I couldn't wait. Look how good that looks with the crispy cheese on the edge. So yeah, so let's move on, you guys. Alright, so you guys know I was going to make a drink in this video. It's not alcoholic, so that's good. It's perfect for kids. I'm going to take my apple juice concentrate as well as my pineapple orange juice concentrate. Put it down into my big old blender with lots and lots of ice. I'm also going to add some cranberry juice and my water. Now, I wanted to add both full bottles of water because I was like, you know, it might be too sweet, but it was just right because of all the ice that I had in there. So I wasn't, you know, it turned out perfectly fine. So you're gonna blend that up and that's it. And look how pretty this is. Of course, you know, my glasses were gonna be frozen. I always put my glasses in the freezer before it's time. And you just want to pour it up just like this. And then we're gonna finish dressing the shrimp and I'm gonna show y'all what that looks like. Alright, we're finally getting to the finish line. Now I'm just going to start piling my beautiful shrimp, spicy shrimp shots right down in these little shrimp cuppy things. I got these little shot cups, well, Jello shot cups, there we go, that I found on Amazon, and I put them all in there, and look how beautiful this looks. You just want to finish this with some chives on top, or you don't have to, it's optional, but you know I'm extra. I'm going to add the chives on top. So these are what they look like. They're so beautiful. They're so fresh and perfect for the beginning of a meal. You guys know Thanksgiving meals are super heavy, and for the beginning, you know, get your guests nice and settled and give them all these little treats, and they're still good to go for the main meal. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your support. Thanks for supporting my Thanksgiving series and my Thanksgiving and holiday videos and recipes. And I will catch you on my next video. Bye, y'all.